It was a little bit close for comfort there at the end. Can you walk us through what you told your team in those last few crucial timeouts?
That the sisters, woo, we had to guard them, and we couldn't leave them. We couldn't take our eyes off them. We had to pressure them. And then, I think the biggest thing was just definitely pressuring the ball. I mean, we had to pressure the ball, and we only had 2 team fouls. So I said, we got to pressure so hard that if they call a foul, it's fine. If they call a foul, then they'll take the ball back out of bounds. We're not shooting free throws yet. So, we just did a good job of, pressuring the ball down the stretch there, and we had to go back to our defense. I mean, they did a really good job. I mean, we didn't hold them to any single digit quarters, and we usually do. So obviously, it wasn't a high scoring game on either part, but I mean that they're fighting for 5th place. So they did a good job of coming in here and fighting.
Coach, congrats on the win. Anna Burney today had all 8 of your bench points. I think she had 5 right at the beginning of the second quarter, and y'all were trailing by 5 at the end of the first, and then you were tied again. So describe her impact on today's game and what you can expect from her moving forward.
Well, Anna's been starting for us, obviously moving forward when Tay was out. So, she just brings that burst of energy. Offensively, she's really cat quick. It's just when it's coming down the stretch, we have to have Tay and Diamond in the game. They have to be in because they are our best defenders. And not that she's not a good defender, but they have so much experience down the stretch. So obviously that's why Anna didn't come in down the stretch. It's just because she doesn't have that much game experience that Tay and Diamond do in guarding people.
Coach Brittney Smith had a double-double tonight. Obviously got it done on the glass. What did you see from her in this game?
She had a double-double. Do you have a different stat than me? She had 8 and 13. Did she have a double-double?
I think I got different ones than you then.
Huh?
I've got 10 and 13, but I could be wrong.
Well, I hope she did. Maybe I got the wrong stats. I hope she did. I mean, I think it gets so frustrating for her and Moss because, they just Tulsa came in here and they play man 75% of the time, and they rarely play zone. And then it was working. So they started the game in zone, and they don't play zone. Well, I know why they play zone. They played zone because they have to crowd Brittney and they got to crowd Moss. And then they got to, kind of bet on if we're going to make shots or not. Lish was making some shots, but they were making sure they when the ball went in or we were moving the ball, that they were extending a little farther out on Lish and then just kind of almost daring everybody else to make shots for us, and that's kind of what I said in the locker room. I mean, when you step up and, shoot those shots, you gotta make them, we've been shooting a lot. When we played Cincinnati or at Cincinnati, I don't remember where it was, but we were in our shutdown and they literally shot so many times every single day and we were making shots. And so I said to them, you guys got to get back to that. If we're not practicing, like you guys should be in the gym shooting as much as you did when we were in our shutdown. Like we have to be able to step up and make those. I mean, because we were 6 for 20 from the 3-point line, and that is just something it just makes me cringe, So obviously Lish had a bunch, and Lish doesn't count. Lish needs to shoot those shots, But I just think that we gotta keep move the ball, try to get it in. I think Moss did a great job of passing out of the high post and getting some good open looks. And to be honest, Tay pretty much sealed the deal and, just said, forget it. I'm going to go drive in there on that layup. And it was a left-handed layup and she usually doesn't go left. Right. And so that's why I said Tay had to be in defensively, and Tay has tons of experience down the stretch to be able to make a shot.
Coach, you have Temple next. I'm sure it's a game that you have, you go a game at a time, but it's a game that you've thought about in the back of your head, and now it's the next game. So what is your thoughts going into Temple next week?
Well, my thoughts is I better not have to get them motivated and ready to play that game because obviously we lost at their place. So we have to spend this whole week only concentrating on them, only concentrating on us and what we need to do, and how we're gonna kind of finish out that game on Saturday, because that's another big game for us. I don't know what place they're in, fifth, sixth, I don't know, but they're I mean every game that we're gonna play, everybody always plays up against us, and I told our players we got to start playing like with the underdogs, because we play really well like that. And right now the next 3 games we're the underdogs. So I told them, I hope you don't think people are just going to like go away because of us. We had a great example today. Like we gotta play like that every single game, if we're gonna stay in the position we're at right now. So Temple's good. They always play super hard against us. It's a tough game to play all the time, because they got Mia Davis, and they got athletes, and so it's like athletes against athletes, and it's going to be who wants it more.
Brittney, congrats on the win today. This was a real tight game. No team had a lead larger than 5. How do you maintain your intensity throughout a game like that for all 4 quarters?
I mean, we all kind of have like what Coach Abe calls like a dog mentality. Like we all play super hard. We always have a winning mentality. Like we're going to do whatever we have to do. We're going to go as hard as we can to succeed at the end. So it's like the entire time, no matter how close the game is, we're just focusing on playing as hard as we can, having that mentality.
Brittney, you got it done on the glass tonight. Did the game slow down for you, especially rebounding the basketball?
Well, when I just wanted to help out my team like in any way possible. So since some of my shots weren't falling in the first half, I figured if I attack the boards as hard as I can and try to get as many second chance opportunities for us, then that's something I can do to help us, get ahead, get the lead. So that's pretty much my main focus that was for tonight.
Brittney, as an upperclassman for the team now, and your team's kind of heading into this stretch of the latter stretch of the season with Temple, USF coming up, do you feel that pressure of being a leader for this team differently than before?
Oh yeah, I do feel more pressure than before, but I mean, as the season's coming to an end, nobody's new anymore. We all know what to expect. We know how hard we have to go every single day in practice, and how practice translates over to the game. So, I mean, it's kind of like relieving pressure now that everybody is so accustomed and knows what to expect.
Tay, congrats on the win today. Just take us through that bucket at the end right there where you're driving to the rim.
Well, shot clock was getting low. I felt like we couldn't get a 3 off because we don't normally shoot 3s off the shot clock, well, other than Lish. But I felt like with my my hands in the ball, then I felt like it was an open lane, so I just took it.
Tay, did Tulsa give you anything that you weren't expecting in this game? Show you anything that on offense that you didn't really see coming?
On offense?
On offense or defense, either side, anything that you weren't expecting from them?
No, the only difference was last game they played us man, and this game we weren't expecting them to play zone, but we adjusted. We just had to do our zone plays and take the open shots.
Tay, so with the season winding down, it's crunch time for you guys. You got 3 big games coming up with Temple and USF. As a senior, do you feel larger pressure down the line than before?
Well, I wouldn't say it's pressure like in a bad way, but it's kind of like a good pressure, because last year we were a newer team, but this year we have everyone back. We've played everyone. We've already played these teams before. We know what to expect. Everyone knows their roles. And we're just going to continue to get better from here on out.